What's up, guys, and welcome to this week's Waterfowl Wednesday. And on today's Waterfowl Wednesday, we're going to be talking about my cooking setup that I use in the blind. Stay tuned, because Waterfowl Wednesday starts right now. What's up, guys, and welcome back to this week's Waterfowl Wednesday. And like I said, on today's Waterfowl Wednesday, we're going to be talking about my cooking setup that I use in the blind during duck season. Now, duck season is right upon us. It's going to be here in about a month and a half, and sooner for some of you guys across the country. But for the southern part, where I live down here in the south, season will not come in until the Friday after Thanksgiving. So we've got a little while before we get to that point. But as many of you know, me and Cade will be leaving in the end of October, heading to Nebraska. So our season is only about 3.5 weeks away from getting kicked off. And I thought this would be a good video to do. I've had many of you message me on Instagram and ask about my cooking setup. So I said, hey, you know what? Season's fixing to be here. I'm going to go ahead and do this video, let people see what I got, what I use. And so you'll know, kind of give you an idea of what I've got. And also, the link will be in the description to everything I have. So if you want any of it, just click the description. The little drop box will come down. Go down there, find the item that you're looking for, and all you gotta do is touch it, and it'll take you directly to that item, and you can add it to your cart, and you'll be good to go. Now, with that being said, also in the description, there are links to all of the gear that I have. My jackets, my coats, my waders, my decoys, my sleds, everything. Headlamps, everything. It's all in the description. It's always there. It will always be there. So if you see anything that I have or I'm using in a video, or if you're just curious as to what I have, click the links in the description. Go check them out. And if you want any of it, I made it easy for you. Just add it to your cart and you'll be good to go. Now, I'm gonna get behind the camera and I'm gonna show you my cooking setup. So stay tuned. All right, I got the camera in my hands now, so I'm gonna get behind the camera and go over my cooking setup. So you'll have to kind of just listen to the overlay, me talking behind the camera, okay? So let's get into it. All right, what I've got here is, this is a Magellan brand camp stove. Now, you can get these from Academy, which is where this one come from, or you can just simply pick up a Coleman brand of camp stove, and you can pick those up at Walmart. You can get them off Amazon.com, but it's a pretty simple setup. It sets up. It's got these little places on the side to fold over and hold that door shut, and it's got some little things right here. The legs actually fold up and clamp the top closed, and I'll put some shots of it at the end of the video on, of it all packed up. But it has this little piece on the end here, and what that is this is for your gas bottle, and that runs off of just a propane gas bottle. You can pick these up at Walmart for about $4 or $5. But it comes with this little piece right here, and what that does is it screws into that hole right there, okay? And that screws in tight, and then this end right here screws to your gas bottle, and you'll be good to go. Then all you gotta have is a lighter or some matches. Turn your eye on, just like a regular gas stove. You turn your eye on, light your eye, flame lights up, and you set your plume to where you want it, whether it be high, medium, low, or whatever it may be. And that's pretty much all it takes to cook with. Now, I cook with 2 different types of pans. I use just a simple small frying pan type pan, and I use an omelet maker, and I'll go over what I do with those right now. This pan here, this is the omelet maker. I picked this up off of Amazon. I'll put the link in the description if you want to pick one up. Now, what I do with this is I don't make omelets with it. What I do is I actually cook biscuits in it. I take canned biscuits and some butter, and I wipe the entire bottom and the top down with butter. And what that will do is that'll keep your biscuits from sticking. Okay, top and bottom. Wipe it down with butter, put the biscuits in there, wipe this down, and then I close it up. Now, the trick to cooking biscuits in an omelet maker is to, you got your fire lit, you're cooking, about every 10 seconds, you gotta put your thumb right there and hold that closed so it don't come open on you. You gotta flip it over. About 10 seconds, let it sit there about 10 seconds, and then you do it again. You know, and you keep doing that, and the reason for that is cooking biscuits in an omelet maker, if you don't flip them very quickly, then you'll burn the bottom. You know, and then they're gonna be trash. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to screw up your breakfast. So you got to turn them about every 10 seconds or sooner, so they'll cook evenly on each side, because you're not cooking on the oven, so you're having to make do cooking biscuits on a stove top, basically. But the other pan that I use is just a basic small frying pan. Okay, what I'll do in here is I will scramble eggs. I may fry some bacon. I may fry some patty sausage. Lots of things. I mean, anything you want to cook. I mean, it doesn't have to be breakfast. You can cook anything you want in the blind. You just got to have something to cook with. So pick you up a Coleman camp stove or a Magellan camp stove and some small, you know, compact cookware, and you're ready to go. Now, I realize this is a lot of stuff to, you know, haul back and forth through the blind when you go hunting, but most of this stuff right here, you know, it'll pack up. The stove packs up very easily. Doesn't take much to pack it up. And you know, my cookware, it'll fit in a compartment in my boat, you know. And this piece right here, it stores inside like that. And we'll break this down real quick and pack it up. Don't take but a second. And see there, it packs up like that. It's got a little carrying handle. You got two eyes with their, you know, they got their own controls. You don't have to use both eyes. It's entirely up to you. Just depends on how fast you want to cook. That folds over and snaps, and the same on that side, and there it is. It's ready to go. And it will fit inside of a boat compartment, and you'll be ready to go. Or hey, you know, look, if you're doing walk-in hunting, you can put it all in like a little small duffel bag or something like that. Throw it in your sled. Or if you got a buddy with you, hey, let him do it. Let him carry the cookware, and you'll be ready to go. But I've got some spatulas and some forks and spoons and things like that I have also bought that are mine. You don't want to take your wife, so make sure you get your own stuff. You know, she's not going to be happy with you if you go raid her utensil drawer and she finds out that her spatula is in your duck boat or laying out there in your sled or something from the morning's hunt. So, you know, go somewhere cheap. You ain't got to spend a lot of money. Go by the dollar store or Walmart or something like that and pick you up a little small set of cookware. You know, whether it be, get you a frying pan, omelet maker. You can get it all off Amazon. The link in the description is right down here. Click the link. Get you a stove, pick you up some cookware, some utensils. It's all going to be there. Made it easy for you. But other than that, I always bring some paper plates with me, and maybe a roll of paper towels and some plastic silverware or plastic, you know, eating ware utensils and cutlery. You know, some plastic forks, spoons, maybe some knives. You know, depending on what we're eating, and that's pretty much my setup. That's what I use. You know, like I said, we normally just do breakfast, but this year I'm thinking about maybe doing some different stuff. Maybe making some grilled cheese sandwiches or grilled ham and cheese sandwiches, something like that in the blind, just to change things up, to be a little different. Sometimes when you're hauling breakfast type food out there, you got to have a few extra things. You know, you need a cooler. You got to be careful not break your eggs. You need a way to keep your meat cold if you're taking a sausage or, a bacon or something like that. And You know, the biggest thing with eggs is you have to be careful with them. So we normally have to put them in a little Yeti cooler or something like that where they won't get broken, busted. You don't want eggs all in your blind bag. That would not be a good thing. So, but yep, that's my cooking setup. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Like I said, click the link in the description. Go down there and pick these things up for you, and you'll be ready to cook yourself in the blind this upcoming season. Also, if you're interested in any of the gear that I have, my jacket, my headlamp, my waders, decoys, jet sleds, whatever, everything, it's all in the description. Go down there, check those items out, pick them up if you want them. I appreciate the support. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And until next week, guys, y'all bust them up.